Bitcoin prices are back over $80,000 after yesterday's rally. Right now, Anthony Scaramucci, founder and managing partner of Skybridge Capital, is here. And we'll get to Bitcoin, but I think there's other things we can talk about first. I was going to say, you know, having you in studio and everything else, I thought you'd bring some wine for me. That was always the greatest thing about Davos.
I have some left. If you're nice to me, Joe, I have leftover.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I have leftover
the Scaramucci wine.
Leftover wine in the reserve.
That was the one thing I look forward to in Davos.
In Davos,
was
my
your
wine part.
That was about it.
Be nice, Joe. Maybe there's like packages of wine somewhere.
We'll see. Earlier,
it's probably Ernest and Julio Gallo though with the screw top though. Okay,
Apple, whatever it was, Apple wine. That's right. Boone's Farm.
Truce for the.
We were talking earlier in the week, Anthony, and that was before the pause yesterday. And you were making the case you wanted to present what you thought could be an off-ramp but let me read this to you, because just to soften you up a little. This is Bill Ackman. I was one of the first and certainly one of the loudest to raise concerns about the tariffs, but I also believe in giving credit where credit is due. The outcome of the Donald Trump strategy was highly favorable. I focus on the outcome, not on how the sausage is made. The unfortunate state of politics is that the never-Trumpers want to see Trump fail, regardless of the impact on our country. I want Trump and our country to succeed. He goes on to talk about Scott Bessent. I think you have said you admire Scott Bessent, and that was a pretty good pick.
I admire Scott. I think he's handled this well. I know you think I'm a never-Trump. I don't want Trump to fail. I'm an American. I'm also a patriot. I love my country. I'd like to see him succeed. I think in our conversations off the air, what I was suggesting, he's got a historic opportunity now to tie us up with our allies. And I think the aftermath of what happened yesterday is a great opportunity to do more or less what Elon Musk said over the weekend, which is if you set up a free trading zone between Mexico, Canada, Western Europe, that would be, I think, a huge economic boon for the United States. We've had a problem with China, Joe. I've talked about that problem. I'll admit that in 1999, I got the World Trade Organization protests wrong. You guys reported that in 1999. The workers up there said, don't give all of these privileges to China in the World Trade Organization unchecked. Donald Trump has been speaking about that for 25 years. You've got to give him credit for that. As a Wall Streeter, as a young Wall Streeter, I got that wrong, and I'm willing to admit that. So, but I
did too. And I thought capitalism, there's winners and losers, and
I was
let the chips fall. Globalization lets the chips fall, but that really did close 60,000 factories in this country. 65,000
factories lost since that happened, and so I appreciate what the president's doing in that respect. But here's what I would say: you brought the tablet out. Bring another tablet out, because there's a lot of lack of clarity on where things are and where things want to go. The president's a declarative guy. Tell us where you want things to go. You've spoken with great seriousness about the markets. You've shocked the markets. Tell us where you want us to go so that we can settle the bond market and we can restart our growth. I mean, we're not litigating the election anymore. Election's over. He's the president. I'd like him to succeed. Those are the things that I would be recommending.
His unpredictability that I think he sees as a strength in negotiations is part of what unsettles the market, the lack of visibility. And I guess, what's the friction point between those two? Did we actually see a Trump put come in yesterday, or how do these things match up?
I'm going to take the president and his staff at his word. Maybe he was trying to scare everybody, and maybe he was trying to make a statement to the world. And maybe there was some systematic things that are going on.